It's the EP Podcast. Evergreen Park.
The EP Podcast is out because it's beautiful. And I wanted to actually show everybody the barn at James J. Sexton Park. And Mary Kay Nielsen has been on the show before, and she said, sure, come on by. I'll stand around and show you everything that's over here. How are you?
I am wonderful. How are you?
Good. It's a different scene than sitting down here at the 9-foot homemade oak bar. I had to put on special shoes. I had to avoid poop. You can't avoid the poop. If you get to go into the pens, and I don't know if you let everybody do what I just got to go do, the amount of poop that I've stepped in is incredible.
It's all good poop, though.
It's good poop?
It's good poop. You can use that poop for a lot of things. 120 days out is great for your garden. Who's getting poop?
There's a lot of poop on my shoes. I got goat poop, I believe. There's some
we
chicken
are-
poop. I mean, like, seriously. I got to go inside, and the first thing we talked about last time that I was on was the eggs, the fresh eggs that you have. And I got to walk in there and see, and it's, I mean, all the chickens are walking along, and and you look inside their little areas, and there's fresh eggs that they just laid. It's crazy to me.
Yeah, and if you had touched some of them, you would have seen if they're warm.
Yeah.
Because, you know, a chicken's body temperature is 106 degrees, so when they actually lay them, they're beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're so nice. My students used to pick them up and they go, Mrs. Nielsen, we got a warm egg. And they you know, instinctively you hold it to your face and you go like, oh. And then you go like, oh, it came out of a butt. You can't sanitize. So yeah, they're really nice when they're fresh and warm.
Yeah. Well, I thought what was interesting is that you're showing me some of the different chickens, and you're like, this one's this color, and because it's this color and this type of chicken, it lays a specific colored egg. And I never got that. I thought that the egg color was like random, but different breeds do different colored eggshells.
Right. So we've got an olive egger, so it's an olive egg green. We've got two Americanas. One lays a very green egg. One lays a very kind of bluish egg. We got the Misty Marron, French Marron. So she lays a big chocolate brown egg that's just delicious. I mean, it looks like an Easter egg, like a chocolate Easter egg.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, so yeah, depending on, and I mean, there's all different colors. You know, you can get pink eggs, you can get, you know, the light brown.
So what are they giving me in stores? Because they all look like they're white. And
Well,
then you get brown ones, you think that you're being exotic. So what is going on here?
So your white ones are your Italian leghorns.
Okay.
Okay, remember we talked about that?
Yeah.
Well, I can't think of his leghorn.
Foghorn Leghorn.
Yes. So those are the white. Okay, and then the browns are most of these other chickens lay browns, like the buffs and all of that. They just lay a light brown, and you know, I mean, yeah. People think the brown is more organic. It's not.
Just a different type of chicken.
Different type of chicken. That's all it is.
I'm surprised that nobody's like putting out the green eggs. Like, I mean, like, or
but
the
you
pink
can.
ones.
You
really?
can get. Oh,
in stores?
yeah. There's this. I don't know what brand it is. My husband brought it home because, of course, he wants to show me. And
he got excited. He was like, "Look, I found colored eggs too. You think you're so special?
coming
home from the barn. I found these at the store.
These cost me $10, but look, you know." And he had the green. I think it was the green and the dark brown or something like that. But
right.
It came in a dark blue package. I don't know where he found it, but he was excited when he found it and brought it home.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
All right, so we have two horses in the background. They're moving about. They're probably slightly in the camera, but tell me about these two, because one of them walked up and you were like, oh, likes to be pet. And I put my hand out and touched its nose, and it just made a noise and was like, not this guy, and just walked away. So horses don't dig me, that's for sure.
Oh, no. Willie is the paint. He's the one that walked up to you. He's 26 years old. He's our farrier's father's horse. He used to ride around in rodeos, and they would shoot balloons. So it was a timed event.
Right.
And he was a winner.
So
he's a great
this
racing
horse would put up with somebody firing weapons
off of him, jumping
right,
over
but
fire.
Me, it's like, no.
Well, you didn't have a treat, man. You didn't smell like the rest of us.
I guess
you don't
so.
smell as good as we do.
Well, after I walk around the poop, I will. That's the key.
Yeah.
So people are going to come out here, I would think, more often now that it's warm.
Yeah.
And they're going to want to experience the barn. What do they get to do when they come out here? Okay, because I feel like I might have gotten a little bit of a VIP there. You don't let all the people into the chicken coop, do you?
No. Sometimes depending on how many people are here or something like that. Yesterday a couple came with their grandkids from Oak Lawn, and I hadn't given the chickens their salad mix. I have a salad mix at home that I was kind of going a little bit
I have
bad.
one too. I'm on a diet right now.
And so mine was like, I didn't want to quite eat it, so I brought it here for the girls. And so we went in there and we fed them. And a lot of times if I've got like a mom or a dad, or the other day I had an aunt and two of her nephews, and they help me collect eggs, and then I send them home with a dozen eggs.
See, I think you just gave away a secret.
Yeah, I know.
Come on an off hour. Come when like it's like middle of the week and nobody's showing up at the barn, and you may get to do something cool.
Right. I mean, we really try to make sure that everybody gets up close to the horses. You know, if the barn is open, you're coming into the stalls. You can come into the horses' stalls or the hay room. You can come into Ariel's stall and the goats and see them up close. You can walk into the back, and we'll try to put the roosters away.
The roosters are great.
The roosters are very.
I learned something really interesting about this barn here at James J. Sexton Park. The roosters, they will make noises when the ambulances go by. So it was hysterical. They were like, they hear the ambulance, and then they're trying to mimic it, and they all go nuts. And you're not that far away from Little Company of Mary, so that must happen all the time.
Right, or going up emergency vehicles are always going up towards Western.
Do they do it with the train too that goes by?
No. It's just mostly the sirens, or if somebody goes back, they want to show off, and they want to, they're strutting their stuff. They're guys.
Yeah, well, that was the other interesting thing.
Check out me, yeah.
You when I walked in, you're like, we're not going to have all three of them out here, so we're going to put two of them in a pen, and then the other two were ticked that they got put in the pen, and the other guy gets to hang around. So you can see the personality. Yeah. Those are the most personable things. Those are my animals. Those are my spirit animals. Okay, the roosters are my spirit animals. They're walking around, they're making noise, they got something to say. You don't pay attention to them, they get louder like that. Those are my guys. Those are my guys right
Those
there.
are guys.
Yeah,
we love them.
Exactly. Yeah. So you come in, you see the animals. The grounds are big.
Yes.
You got a lot of area around here. What do people tend to typically do? How often do you see people come in here? How long do they normally stay? How much is there for them to see and do?
Well, a lot of times if they're talking, I always try to talk to people. And I ask all my volunteers and all that to talk to people. So we walk out there and we talk about the chickens, and we'll explain the same thing about the eggs, or, they might have questions about us, or we explain like the history of Turkey, who was an ex-harness racer and then became a broodmare, and what exactly happens to an animal when she's on the racetrack and then as a broodmare. It's not a nice life.
Yeah.
She is not.
She's happy now, is what you're telling me.
She is happier. Yeah. I'm not so sure she'll ever be a really happy
But this
girl.
horse used to be a racehorse.
She's a racehorse, and she was a winner. So her dad was
winner too.
Oh, winner. So she was only raced enough to secure a good amount of money.
Yeah.
Okay, and then she can make more money as a broodmare.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So she's a girl. So you can have a pregnancy is 340 days. She was having one after another.
A pregnancy for a horse is 340 days?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
And she was having them.
She must get moody on month 11.
She was having babies year after year after year. So they were giving her basically 25 days of rest.
Wow.
And then impregnating her again. Yeah. And so she just.
It's a rough life.
It was a really rough life. It was a very.
Well, now I feel bad for that horse. So that one's the one that annoys me, and that one I feel bad for. Okay.
We love her. We love Turkey.
Right,
we love Turkey.
right.
We love Willie.
Yeah.
They're our babies.
That's awesome.
And we love Minnie, our little mini horse Ariel back there. You maybe can't see her, but she's back there.
She's back there. All right. So this is open when again? I know you've said it on the show before, but give everybody the details.
So things have a little bit changed a little bit.
Okay.
So set weekends, Saturday and Sunday, 11 to 5. Come on in. We start our day at 7.
Yeah.
Okay, and if the doors are open, you can stand there and watch, because a lot of people like to watch the horses being groomed.
Yeah.
Especially picking the horses' hooves and everything. It's something to see. I remember doing it the first time.
Some people go to baseball games, and some people stand around and watch somebody pick mud and poop out of a horse's heels.
Well, someday you're gonna have to come, because I'm gonna tell you, it's a workout.
I'm not helping.
It's a workout.
Okay, I'm not
So if you come by and the doors are open and you just want to peek in, thank you. We'd love to have you. So from 11 to 5, the barn is staffed. On Sundays you'll find me, not on Saturdays. I try to have a day off.
Right.
But then we walk through, talk to us. We'd love to have you. Our hours of operation, or open hours of operation, I should say, have changed a little bit. So from 3 to 5, the barn is open in the weekdays. But please, you can walk all the way around. You can see the horses when they're in the pasture. If you walk down the driveway, you can see the chickens. If you stand here, you can pretty much see everybody. And if you knock on the door and you see the red truck backed out there, you know I'm going to answer the door and
That's
walk
awesome.
you in.
That's really cool. The driving range is over here.
Yep.
James J. Sexton. I said that wrong. I'm going to say it again, even though I won't edit it on the video because I'm terrible at video editing. James J. Sexton Park used to be 50 Acre Park. Before I let you go, last time you were down at the 9-foot Homemade Oak Bar,
yes.
I was preparing for a trip to the Kentucky Bourbon Trail, and I mentioned this to you as you were walking out. And then you start like texting me things about like
the bourbon, yeah.
And I was like, "You're such a bourbon
The artisan, yes, you got to go to.
I love this." And I was like, "She's a bourbon fan."
Whoa.
So before I let you
Makes
go,
me happy.
what's currently on the shelf at the house? What do you got? What are you liking right now?
Jefferson.
Jefferson.
I sent you to the art.
Yeah.
All right, you're gonna go in there.
The ocean stuff.
The ocean is good.
Yeah.
But get the reserve.
Get the reserve.
Get the reserve now. And when we went.
The ocean stuff's crazy because they put it on a boat and they age it as the ship moves around.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's 44.
I made sure
ports.
I tried everything when I was down there.
44 ports.
Yeah.
But no, so the reserve, the first time we got it, it was $80. And then my son lives down there. So we were just down there. And of course, because we drank it, my husband was giving it away at Black Party. You know, I'm like, don't give away my stuff. So it was 12 drinks of Christmas. He was giving it to everybody. So we went down and bought another bottle. It was 100 now. But I'm going to tell you, it's worth it.
All right. Well, here,
So
I'll
good.
give you a tip and then we'll get out
Okay.
of here. Okay. Whiskey Thief. It's not on shelves. You have to go to Kentucky and get it. It's on a farm, just like this. You drive in between the horses and the cows. It's a working farm, and they got a big barn in the back, and it's just like a distillery, like they would like be distilling if they were making moonshine 100 years ago. But it's a full distillery, and they draw every bottle direct from the barrel without like watering it down and put it into a bottle
Where
for you.
were you last weekend when I was down in Kentucky?
I didn't know you were down there.
Oh, I texted you my tips.
The next time we see Mary Kay, we will be in Kentucky. Maybe. Who knows? All right.
Works for me.
Thank you so much for having me visit.
Thank you.
Look at all those people in this great suburb driving down 95th and Kedzie. What a great place. It's called Evergreen Park, but we know it better as the EP. We're known for more than just the Unabomber. Remember Ted Kaczynski? You guys might even remember that big old rooster on 95th Street. It's all part of EP's history. So listen up to the EP podcast. You might be asking why. Because we talk about all things and we celebrate all the great things in the 60805. It's the EP podcast. All things Evergreen Park. It's the EP podcast. Evergreen Park.